G'day everyone, Paul Stoner here, CEO of Biggin & Scott's. I'm joined today by David Lack from our Port Melbourne office, and we're going to give you the market wrap for the month of July. Welcome, David.
Thank you.
He's pretty happy because we're the 3rd of July and Footscray or the dogs did pretty well on the weekend.
We did well. I've been a die-hard supporter for the last 40 odd years, so it's good to see a bit of success.
And that's because they're red, white and blue.
They are. Well
That's
chosen.
like Biggin & Scott. So mate, give us a bit of a roundup of what's been happening in Port Melbourne and South Melbourne over the month of July.
Certainly. The market has been, I suppose, in a bit of a winter lull in terms of stock levels. And so, you know, the amount of property that's been offered, in our opinion, has been a bit lacklustre. But what that's meant is for the people that have been selling, we've seen really good attendances and some fantastic auction results.
Any standouts from you guys in particular over July?
Look, we didn't have a lot of auction listings, but you know, over the 31 days, we had, I suppose, two extremes of the market. The other day, we just sold a one-bedroom house in what would be described as probably a laneway rather than a street, only a couple of metres wide. A one-bedroom house, quirky house, small block of land, sold under the hammer for $954,000. That's not one and two-bedroom or three bedrooms, a one-bedroom house. So
it's amazing. And having grown up in the area, I just, you know, I look at the prices now, and you imagine a lot of the people that have moved out. Can they ever come back because it's moved?
Well,
so
that's
quick.
right. And I mean, now entry level for a house, I think the cheapest property to sell in the last 3 months has been $820. So, you know, to sell a one-bedroom house for $954 is quite incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. So, so where's the sweet spot at the moment, price-wise? What can't you get enough of?
There is a real demand for family homes.
Yep.
And, you know, a couple of months ago, we had a good run of property in Biggin where the properties are traditionally 3 and 4 bedroom.
Yep.
And that sort of stock levels have dropped. So we had a great sale at the start of the month, another 4-bedroom home on an average size block.
Yep.
Had been renovated, and that sold for 2.35, four bidders.
Yep.
But that market's gone quiet again. Same with Garden City. There's actually no listings on the market in Garden City, despite the demand. So the sweet point at the moment would be 3-bedroom homes between probably $1.5 and $2.5 million.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? So, so what are we expecting? So we're, again, 3rd of August. All predictions are that we're going to have an early spring because the demand seems to be high, and a few people, especially vendors, can see that now might be the right time to release. So what are you expecting? Look,
we're certainly looking at a lot more properties. So we are booking quite well for September. That is that quandary as to whether people go before the AFL Grand Final or after, and of course this year the Grand Final's first Saturday in October, so we haven't been faced with that sort of situation.
School holidays.
Well, that's right.
You know, it's an interesting one, isn't it? The flowers come out and everyone takes off.
Absolutely, but I mean, my message to vendors really is, if you're thinking about selling, do it now, because it's all about supply and demand. There's a hell of a lot of demand and it's not much supply. And I mean, we're seeing, you know, 20, 25, 30 groups through, some open for inspections, which for our area is very solid.
Yeah. So with things moving pretty quickly, I'd suggest for the buyers out there watching this, make sure you're up to date with all of your research, because things have moved pretty quickly in the last 5 to 6 months. So don't look at anything past that, because it'll be out of date. You need to have a look at the land sizes and the types of homes that have been selling in the last 6 months and probably the last 2 to be more precise. And David will help at the door with that sort of stuff, as we will.
Look, absolutely. I mean, I think that my message to buyers is, if you find something that really suits and you can afford it, snap it up, because there's no guarantee that you're going to get another opportunity for certain types of properties. And the other thing is, I mean, a common question when people come through the opens is, you know, what are you quoting, or what are the vendor expectations? I think the buyers, with the technology that's available, need to do probably a little bit more homework. We're as accurate as we can, but with some properties that we're handling at the moment, we've just said, look, it's just going to be a matter of what happens on the day.
Correct. Yeah,
and, you know, unfortunately, you know, there is still some underquoting in the area, and people are getting, I suppose, they're underprepared. They say to us, look, if I'd known it was going to go for X or Y, I might have put my hand up. So my message to buyers is really do your homework. It is available. The results are published in The Age on the Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah.
And that's, you know, I put in those newsletters that I write, it's about your research, it's the strategy and the action. So if you're not up to date with those things, have a chat to the guys, because they'll be able to help you out, certainly on the research side of things. Property management, vacancy rates?
Vacancy rates, look, it's been a little bit quiet in terms of tenants looking around, but it's sort of kicked up in the last couple of weeks. So properties that were sitting for 2 or 3 weeks have been snapped up.
Yep.
And the interesting thing is at the moment is that we haven't been able to replenish. So people that were going through and taking their time all of a sudden, some of them are probably going to be homeless.
Yeah, that's no good. So, so demand for the property management side of things, what can't you get enough of?
Again, family homes. So just the sweet spot for sales is the sweet spot for rentals. So any property that is really 3 or 4 bedrooms is being snapped up really quickly, both apartments and houses.
Yeah. So demand is the main driver behind everything at the moment. Affordability obviously helps, but that's driving demand.
Absolutely.
So it's a really interesting time. Thanks, mate, for July. Anything else you'd like to add before we close?
Oh, well, look...
like a few more family homes?
Love some more family homes, and I would just say that it's one of those markets that we probably haven't seen this market since probably 2010, and it's hard to know how long it's going to continue. Yeah. It's one of those, you know how the market's performed with retrospect, but at the moment we're sort of in the thick of it. And as I've said, look, if you find something that you're looking for, buy it, and as a vendor, rather than trying to pick the peak of the market, if you're ready, do it now. Yeah, look, it's a great point, because demand is, from what we've seen, it's been through every month. So there is, the markets are dissected now. School holidays have a major effect, especially in your area, because people can afford to go away. So they go away, which takes them off the market. So it's don't be drawn into it's just a spring market. It is every day. Thanks, everyone. That's July for Port Melbourne. Thanks, David. No, thank you. Go Swans. Cheers, mate. No, thank you.